Alright guys, today we work on circles. So we did the information that we need on Thursday for parabolas. We worked on completing the square. That's something that we're going to have to be able to do today. What we've got going here, again, is circles. I think this is a review of integrated 2, but let's make sure that you know how to do it and all the parts of it, of course. So here we go. So let's skip right down here to what is a circle. A circle is a set of points that are equidistant from a given point called the center. Okay, that distance, the equidistant measurement that we're talking about, is called the radius. All right, so sometimes you're going to need to know the radius itself, and they might just give you a couple of points. So the reason for this first example here is to be able to find the distance between the 2 points so that you can find that radius. Okay, so you should remember from integrated 1 the formula for find the distance between 2 points. It's the square root of subtract the x's and square it, and then add to it, subtract the y's, and then square it. So let's go ahead and do this first example here. The distance is going to equal, again, based on the formula, take the second x, which is 4, subtract 1, and then square it, add to it 7, subtract 3, and then square it. So again, I take x2, subtract x1, square it, add to it y2 minus y1, and square it. Okay, so this comes out to be the square root of 4 minus 1 is 3, and 3 squared is 9. 7 minus 3, that's 4, and 4 squared is 16. 9 plus 16 is 25, so we're finding the square root of 25, which is 5. So if this had maybe been the center and this had been a point on the circle, now I know that the radius is 5, and I'll be able to use it in my equation in just a second. All right, let's just go ahead and do B here. Again, we've got the same situation, so we're going to find the distance, that it is the big square root of x2, negative 3, subtract x1, which is negative 1, add to it y2, which is 2, subtract y1, negative 4. Okay, again, I just call the first one x1, y1, the second one x2, y2 when I do this. All right, so the distance is going to equal the square root of negative 3 minus minus. This will turn into plus, of course. So negative 3 plus 1, that's negative 2. Negative 2 squared is positive 4. And let's see, we're going to have 2 plus 4 here, that's 6, and 6 squared is 36. Now we're going to leave things in simplified square root form. We're not going to grab for a calculator. We might need it for helping us graph a decimal, but for this, we'd rather have it in simplified square root form. So this will be the square root of 40, which you can simplify into the square root of 4 times the square root of 10. Square root of 4 is 2, so we get 2 square roots of 10, and that would be our distance between those 2 points. Okay? All right, I would say you've got that under control, so I'm not going to do example C there. All right, so let's go ahead and move along now. So what we want to be able to do today is graph a circle from the equation, and then also be able to graph the circle from an equation, but not in the right format. That's kind of our goal here today. So we're going to start with something in standard form, where standard form has the x part squared, the y part squared, and it always equals the radius squared. Now, if there's nothing with x and nothing with y, the center is going to be 0, 0. And that's going to be the big thing that you need for each question here, is what is the center, and then what is the radius. Okay, so the first question here, the center, well, if there's nothing with x and nothing with y, it's 0, 0. Okay, nothing with x, nothing with y, 0, 0 is always going to be your center. Now, your radius is always the square root of this back numbers. This number at the end, this constant, square rooted, the square root of 9 is 3, and that's your radius. Okay, now, the way I teach graphing these is very, very simple. You just start from the center, 0, 0. Okay, so you plot that off, 0, 0. And now, go 3 to the right, 3 up, 3 back, and 3 down. all right, that will show the radius of 3. Okay, so again, 3 to the north, south, east, and west, up, down, left, right. And now from here, the best you can, draw what looks to be a circle. Do your best, make it look good. If you have to erase, you can. I mean, mine's not perfect, obviously, but that's good enough what you're looking for. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and move on now to the second circle here. Now again, how do I know this is a circle? That's going to be something we're going to be looking at over the next couple of days. The idea is that you have nothing in front of x squared or y squared that needs to be divided by out. They're just all by themselves. That's how you'll know. Now right now everything is a circle, so we don't need to worry about when is it and when is it not. All right, so second one here. What is the center? Well, there's nothing with x. There's nothing with y. So your center is going to be 0, 0. Okay? And then your radius will be 5. And again, how did I get that? I square root this back number. Okay, so plot your center, 0, 0. Go 5 out to the right. Go 5 up at the top. Go back 5 and go down 5. And then again, to the best of your ability, draw in a circle. Not too good, but good enough. Okay, and that's what you're kind of looking for. All right, again, to go out 5, up 5, back 5, down 5. Okay? All right, so far so good. Should feel pretty good about that. Again, there's nothing with x, nothing with y. Center is 0, 0. Radius is the square root of this back number. Okay, now, next example here wants us to write the equation of the circle, given the center and the radius. Okay, if you know that the center is 0, 0, when you write your equation, it's going to be x squared plus y squared. That's the form of a circle. It's addition in the middle, 0, 0, 0 being your center. Easy. And now the idea is that this back number needs to be squared of what the radius is. So if the radius is 9, you'll square it, you'll get 81. Okay? And that's the equation of that circle. Piece of cake. All right, second one here, again, 0, 0 for your center. So that's x squared plus y squared equals, and then this is going to be the square root of 2 squared. That's going to be 2. And there's the equation of your circle. Easy enough, so far so good. Hopefully you're feeling okay about this. All right, now, what if the center is not 0, 0? So if your center is not at the origin, okay? Well, the center is h comma k. Now, again, there's some stuff here that you don't really have to memorize. You just have to know how to do it. But h goes with x, and k goes with y, right? So now, if I ask you to write the equation of the circle with the given center and radius, okay, letter A, 2 comma 1 is your center, and the radius is 3. Now, again, it's opposites here. That's the whole idea of minuses. So it's going to be x minus 2 squared. And that's been a theme throughout the entire year, right? When we put it in parentheses, it always goes opposite. Opposite here. So if it's positive 2, it'll be minus 2. And then always plus y minus 1. This is a positive one, so it'll be y minus 1 squared equals the radius squared equals 9. Okay? I mean, piece of cake. You guys got this. You can do it. All right? Letter B, center is 3 comma negative 8. Radius is 5. That's going to come from x minus 3 squared plus y plus 8 squared equals 25. It's always the radius squared. Okay? All right, so here's what I want to do. I want to have you push stop here on this video. I want you to do the U tries, and what I'll do is I will do these and have them ready to go for you after you've tried them yourself. Okay, so go ahead and there's going to be another video, obviously, after this, and you'll dial into that in just a second.